In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys the 7 stages of quitting cannabis after personally struggling with a cannabis substance use disorder for several years of my life. Now, people are going to assume I'm going to talk about contemplation, pre-contemplation, action, recovery. That's not at all what I'm going to talk about. The 7 stages that I think most people go through are fear, motivation, detox, withdrawal, which are 2 different things, detox and withdrawal. After that, you have anhedonia, you have building or enjoying, and then you have becoming recovered from the substance use. Not recovery, I mean becoming recovered. Stage 1, I think, is fear. And I remember this vividly going through it myself. There's the fear of, what is my life going to be like without cannabis? How am I going to escape? What's my reward going to be? How am I going to cope? Fear. And what it turns out fear often is nothing more than false expectations appearing real. Now, there's also fear of withdrawals and detox. That can commonly be a fear. And you can also have the fear of, how am I going to piece everything back together? Is life actually going to be better without cannabis and getting sober? So you have those 3 different aspects of fear, and usually it's one of those things that is keeping a person stuck from even attempting to quit cannabis, okay? And I was stuck by all 3 of those at one point or another. Turns out they were just a bunch of false expectations appearing real. One of my favorite quotes regarding fear. Stage 2, motivation. This is where you start to get excited about quitting cannabis. You realize that smoking cannabis is no longer working for you. You get excited about quitting. You get excited about the things in life that you stand to gain back versus the thing that you're choosing to get rid of, i.e. cannabis. And you start to get motivated. You're pumped. And this usually lasts a day, 2 or 3 days maybe, until the detox starts, which is stage 3. Now, detox and withdrawal are 2 different things. I have helped legitimately thousands of people quit consuming cannabis, nicotine, stimulants, and other substances that I once struggled with. And I'm happy to announce we've officially opened up the wait list to our one-on-one addiction exit strategy protocol. And you can find a link to learn more about that in the video description. But I promise seats are going to fill up fast. It's a limited wait list because we can't work with everyone. So if you're struggling with a cannabis substance use disorder or other addiction, please check out that link in the video description and get on that wait list. All right, enjoy the rest of today's video. Detox is the process of cannabis getting eliminated from your system. So this is where your liver, your kidneys, your gut, your heart, everything is hard at work pumping this poison out of your system. And you're going through a physical detox. You're sweating, you're urinating a lot, your muscles ache, you have a headache, you don't really feel good. You are detoxing the drug. And I tell people, if you're going through this, celebrate it, because this is a signal that your body is still functioning effectively at clearing this poison from your system. That's the detox stage. This can last anywhere from a week to, I've seen people test positive for cannabis after quitting up to 120 days. And if that's something that you want to track, like if you want to track your detox process, which I would highly recommend you do, it helps you stay motivated and accountable. I put a link in the video description for the Exploro test strip. It's a kit that you can use at home to track your THC detox. Now, after you go through the detox, then you have the withdrawal stage. Withdrawal is your brain rebalancing and healing. In the case of cannabis, I would also say withdrawal is the recalibration of your endocannabinoid system. So this is dopamine, this is serotonin, this is sleep regulation, this is appetite regulation, this is the regulation of our digestion. Your endocannabinoid system also plays a role in hormonal regulation. This is why, and this is just a little side tangent, so many times, and I had this happen to me, when people get addicted to cannabis and they go through this, either in addiction or in withdrawal, many times it can mimic an autoimmune disease. I can't tell you the amount of doctors I was going to rheumatologist, neurologist, primary care physician. At one point they sent me to an oncologist because they thought I had an autoimmune problem. It was just my endocannabinoid system had become so dysregulated from abusing cannabis because I had a substance use disorder and then going through such serious withdrawal with it, it looked like I had a freaking autoimmune disease. I didn't, but it looked like I did. Okay? So withdrawal, typically, I would say within 90 days, most people are going to be doing better, but you could argue it's up to a full year for the brain to fully heal and recover from a cannabis substance use disorder. And that goes for most drug issues. But that doesn't mean that you're going to have a headache and cravings and irritability for a full year. I'm just saying for the brain neurochemistry to heal, up to a year. Okay, that's the withdrawal stage. But you can have a lot of good things happen during the withdrawal stage, okay? It doesn't mean your life is going to suck, all right? Just trying to set proper expectations for you. Now, after that, or I'd say maybe even during the detox and withdrawal stage, is the stage of anhedonia, okay? Anhedonia is a loss of joy in life. It's a loss of motivation to do things. And if you think about what you're going through withdrawal, you're going through detox, chances are you have insomnia, chances are your appetite's all jacked up and you haven't been eating as well, your nutrition's all out of whack, your hydration's all out of whack, right? And you're looking at all the problems that you now probably feel like you have to fix because you've had this cannabis substance use disorder. No crap, you're not finding any joy in this current moment, okay? And this is where all that motivation and excitement that you had when you first quit, sometimes in AA, they'll refer to it as the pink cloud phase. That's where this is gone now. This is gone. Now, it just kind of sucks. And life just seems dull. And if anything, you're like, oh my God, I'm more overwhelmed now than I was when I was in active addiction. All right? But good things come to those who wait. Good things happen with patience, persistence, grit, discipline, and that is exactly what you are developing if you are stuck in this anhedonia stage. You're waking up, you're going to rinse, wash, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. Here's the goals that I had to achieve in sobriety. Here's the things that I had to do to achieve those things. Rinse, wash, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. For me, financial goals, health goals, relationship goals, fitness goals, okay, faith goals. Rinse, wash, repeat. That's all I did. Didn't matter. Felt sad, felt happy. Literally didn't make a difference. And I documented this all on YouTube. Like, you can watch me over the years making videos. There's videos where I look like trash because I felt like trash. Didn't matter. Kept doing exactly what needed to be done to accomplish the goals I wanted to achieve in sobriety. Now, that anhedonia stage can last a while. And it really, again, I'm going to say depends on the person, because not only is it dependent on the rate at which your brain is healing, because this is your brain recalibrating and healing. It might be influenced by post-acute withdrawal symptoms, but it might not even truly be anhedonia that you're experiencing. It might just be that certain aspects of your life suck, right? Like, you might be in a crappy position with your business. You might be in a crappy position with your significant other or your spouse. Your health might be in the gutter. I had CHS, I had psychosis. Things might actually, like, objectively and subjectively suck for you right now. Good news, you're developing skills while you're going through this. Now, next stage would be, I'd say, the stage of building. Brick by brick, you are building. You're building all the things that you hope to accomplish, brick by brick. And as some of these things start to come to life, as some of these expectations that you had start to become a reality, which can take years, by the way, now you start enjoying stuff again. Now you're starting to find pleasure in things again. Now going for a walk outside, waking up, I'm on vacation right now, waking up and going to the gym, I enjoy it. I look forward to that as I once used to look forward to drugs, right? This is the enjoyment stage. Then we have where you become recovered. And when are you recovered? I think you are recovered when you can sit down and look in the mirror and say, listen, if I wanted to smoke weed again, I am a million, I would bet my life, I would swear on my family's lives that I could consume cannabis again moderately and never deal with addiction again. That's how you know you're recovered. I am at that point in my life. Now, I have zero desire to ever consume cannabis again, and I have helped thousands of clients get to that same mindset, okay? But if I wanted to, I am a billion, a trillion% certain I could without any risk of relapse, without any risk of addiction again, without any risk of any of that stuff, because it's all BS. It's all a mindset. Until next time, guys, you caught me all fired up on vacation. I hope this helped you out.